You fucking brat or shit!
Alright, so it's been a while since I've actually posted a Rogue report because of the fact that I've just been too busy doing other stuff. It's been a while since I've been posting like gaming content on the regular, but I'm getting back into the swing of things anyway. Within that period of time of me trying to figure out what it is I want to do content-wise, I had an idea that spawned from watching a movie trailer that came out recently, and that is a trailer for the 6th installment to the Final Destination franchise. Now, they probably should have stopped making movies probably around after 3, because 3 was probably the peak. So instead of going back and trying to watch all of them, I did just recently watch the first 3 of them. So today, I thought of an idea of making a Sweet 16 bracket-style tournament of the deaths of Final Destination. And today joined with me is my beautiful wife, Anna.
Hello.
The way that I set this up, and since there's 5 current movies, thought to myself we have to split it up kind of evenly, but the only way that I can do that is picking 3 deaths from each movie, but that only gives me 15, so I had to pick an extra death from one particular movie. So I figured that 3 being like I think our mutual favorite.
Oh, yeah.
So I picked 4 from the 3rd movie. So we have the deaths of, that was Todd in the first movie getting tangled up in the bathroom. Frankie in the 3rd movie getting his head crushed by the motor. Samantha in the 4th movie getting her eye impaled by a flying rock. We have Evan in the 2nd movie getting his eye and skull impaled by the ladder from the fire escape. We have Isaac's head being crushed by the Buddha statue. I think that's from the 5th movie, and he's in some like acupuncture thing. So then we have Miss Luton, who is the teacher who ended up getting stabbed on the knife. Ended up getting she got impaled by the knife. I don't really remember how it happened, but I do remember the chair falling on top of her, which dug in it further. That's what really killed her. But then her whole house ended up exploding, so I'm pretty sure that would also chalk up as cause of death. We have the man named Hunt in the 4th movie whose organs and stuff are like sucked out of his asshole from the pole pump. That was a rough one. We have Roy from the 5th movie who is getting hooked by like you'll see. The 5th one is honestly like the fucking worst one. Like they made the 5th movie and they're like, you know what we need to do?
Make it 6.
We're gonna make another one because this one sucks shit. 2nd movie we have Tim being crushed by the pane of glass falling. In the 5th one we have Peter getting impaled by a meat spit. In the 3rd movie we have Ashley and Ashlyn, the double kill from the 3rd movie, the girls that got roasted in the tanning bed. We have Andy from I believe the 4th movie who is thrown into a chain link fence and then he's all diced up in his torso. That's pretty rad. The 3rd movie we have Aaron being shot by the nail gun multiple times. From the 1st movie we have Billy, or Stifler if you want to call him that, is decapitated by the flying piece of metal from the train, well, the piece of the car from whatever. And then finally we have Lewis from the 3rd movie whose head's crushed by the weights. And then Nora from the 2nd movie who is decapitated when the elevator is rising. How do you like that list?
I dig it. I'm ready to get into it.
Did I miss one by any chance that you think was a little bit better? Because like some of the I could have went with another movie instead of picking the 4th or the 3rd one for the 4th that extra pick. I highly doubt that we're gonna have something in the final where it's like the same movie.
Yeah.
But if it comes down to that, oh well.
No, I'm cool with it. I love the Final Destination movies up to about the third one. I've seen the fourth and fifth. I can't remember much about them.
The Final Destination.
Which
Which
fourth
is
one.
the dumb fucking title. Just not Final Destination 4. They all have numbers except for that one. There's a lot of like 3D theme to it. There was a lot of 3D theme to the movie in the first place. It was during that hype.
Oh yeah.
And it was also the third one did it at the end of the third one when the subway crashed. She
Yeah.
had a second premonition. They did that again, and he gets sucked underneath an escalator in the fourth one, and it's actually pretty dope. I could have put that one in, but that's also a premonition death.
You know, if we're not including premonition deaths, then we can't. This is like actual deaths that happened within the movie. I think this is a good lineup.
So we'll start it off here with the first matchup is going to be Todd being hanged inside of the bathtub by the wire.
And this is from the first movie.
From the first movie, and then Frankie from the third movie getting his head crushed by the engine fan. We're going to watch these deaths real quick. The one thing that I've honestly had a problem with this particular scene is when the water creeps out. It comes out almost cartoonishly.
Yeah.
From the toilet. It doesn't, it's obviously, I know it's not supposed to be real, but this whole movie sometimes, like there was some vibes in this movie where it just seemed so cartoonish. How is this not like labeled an accident? The tightening of the cord is always his eyes are getting all bloodshot. Oh god.
Like peak cinematography right here for the decade. Well, not the decade, but you know what I mean. This was like
the new millennium.
This was like the horror movie back then, though.
I feel like this was also in the same ballpark as Blair Witch for the trope, whatever you want to call it. And then here we go. Here's this water just magically creeping back into, like, it's so fucking cool. It just looks so cartoonish. Overall, it's a great death.
Was he the first death in that movie though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
he's like Todd's the first overall like death after premonition in all of the franchise.
So okay, I guess I don't know. Standalone looking at it, it's pretty theatrical. But I guess from like a franchise standpoint,
that's the first one that they give you. The next person to die in the first movie is the one girl, and she just gets hit by a bus running fast. So the next one we have is Frankie from the third movie, and Frankie's kind of like this really weird pervert who hangs around high school girls. If anybody deserved to die in any of these movies, it's probably Frankie. There is someone walking behind you, and then like it's always John Denver in the first one, and it's song in the third one.
I was just gonna ask him, like, what's the song in the second one? Was there a song?
Highway to Hell.
Ah.
Well, it didn't play multiple times, I don't feel like.
They didn't keep that trope? Because, like I said, it's been a while since I've watched these, minus the third one yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, though, from first movie to third movie, the second movie had some gore, but I don't think it had nearly as much as the third movie did. The third movie
went for blood and brains,
literally,
and this guy's oh my lord. I think actually I really want to know what my reaction was the first time I saw this scene, because like that shit was so awesome.
Oh yeah, and then it jerks.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Well, when it comes to these two, obviously we were talking about like maybe the nostalgia that's behind the Todd hanging. When it comes to the death in particular, I have to give it to the fan from the engine tearing this dude's head apart.
I wanted to give it to Todd.
Really?
Yeah, just because.
Convince me.
How theatrical it was and how drawn out it was. Like.
And that it is made to be out like it like the end of it is that he took his own life, and that's how everybody chalks it up, is that
he did.
That's what the coroner was. So.
And also, you don't see what's happened. You don't know what's coming for Todd when that starts playing. You see that truck coming down the hill in the third one. You know that's coming for them immediately.
You know it's coming for them, for these two in the truck, but you also don't know that Frankie's in front of them. So it's like you have that moment of surprise that it is Frankie being killed, because he is the next one in line to be killed. And the whole his weird little gal necklace that he has that he
Yeah.
was licking earlier.
The nudie
And then
lady.
it's laying on the ground covered in blood. Like you just said, the fan jerking at the end and it fucking spits out some more. Oh, definitely creeped me out more than likely the first time I saw
And
this.
don't get me wrong, as far as like deaths go, Frankie's head getting crushed by the engine, like that was intense. Maybe I'm just nostalgic for death in this instance, because like I want to give it to Todd, because you don't know what's necessary. Like, I mean, yes, you kind of know what's happening, but like I said, it's the first death in the franchise. Like, that's what sets.
The standard is this dude accidentally falls on a cord in his bathroom, and it's made out to look like an accident. Or it's not necessarily made to look like an accident. It's actually made to look like he took his own life. Nobody killed him. Really?
Death.
They just happened to die.
Death came
That's
for
all
him.
that happens.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we'll get into that in a little bit here.
I
But-
want to give it to Todd just for the theatrics of it. Magazine into
You know,
the fan,
all right.
and it goes.
Yeah,
it
'cause
says
it-
Todd.
you
like,
know-
it's so over the top theatrical.
All right,
and
well-
I
well-
love it.
I will happily give that to Todd. Also, from the third movie, we have Lewis getting his head crushed by the weights in the gym. So we're going to go ahead and start this clip up real quick. Literally just watched this movie yesterday. Fuck the Bruins. That's like my favorite part. The guy that's lifting the weights screaming at the bear.
Everything about this one just makes me mad.
It really does look like the rankety-ass fucking gym. Like the
Like every high
There's
school
no-
gym ever.
There's not even real weights.
Yeah, this one makes me so mad.
Have they ever done like a spoof of Final Destination?
I'm
You
sure
know,
it's
like-
there
You know,
somewhere.
like if Scary Movie did something like that, that would be a good one.
Or like the version of Vampires Suck for Twilight.
Do it one more time. Lift the weights. Lift them up. Smish! Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
The only thing good about
They-
that clip was her reaction.
Yeah, that was just gonna say their reaction sell it so well.
Like, I-
she legit jumped. like
I mean,
nobody told the actress that this was gonna
Yeah.
happen. We
That
actually
one-
killed this man in front of her.
That one makes me so mad. Like, I don't even know why. That one, I'm just like, that happens, and I'm like, good for you.
So Lewis is going up against Nora, who is decapitated by the elevator.
And this is from Final Destination 2.
The junkie sees this sign, and there's this random. What is this man?
I don't know, but he has a basket full of, like, prosthetic arms, and the arms with, like, the hooks on them. Which,
He's so. Oh, good God.
why,
What are you doing, sir?
why would you get into the elevator in the first place? Oh, yeah, and then this, like, where he sees
Yeah.
the shadow, which is a cool precursor of, like, Omen
I
thing that
almost
he sees.
picked his death. I think the junkie guy from the second one, I think his name's Rory, and I almost picked his death where he gets sliced by the wire fence. I'll put that in the honorable mention because that fucking shit rocked.
Yeah, that was intense. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This guy's just also creepy to begin with.
What's the Candyman's name? What's Death's name? The actor? Do you remember his name?
I can picture him. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I also wanted to put Nora up against the death of her own son.
Tony Todd?
Yep, that's his name. I like how the doors immediately slammed
Yeah.
shut. Oh no, yeah, this one's actually good.
Yeah.
I missed this the other day. I forget what I was doing, but I was like, I think I was cooking dinner and I walked away at this point.
Yeah, this was definitely, like, an intense one from the second movie. Like, this...
Some blood and guts.
Yeah. Nora wins this one.
For sure, absolutely. His reaction sells it too.
Yes, absolutely.
What's his name? Oh, fuck. Eugene.
Lewis is a dick, and that happened too quickly. Nora, like,
yeah,
the
and then he
whole...
comes in and freaks out. and
The
tries to
whole
shoot
scene,
everybody.
the set, like, everything about that,
Yeah, for
like,
sure,
she
Nora
got
wins.
spooked into her own death. If she would have stayed, like, yeah, that one just, that
Plus,
wins.
she like left the room, and she even said like on her way out the fucking door, she was like, my husband passed away, my son has passed away. If it's my time, it's my time. She probably didn't think it was gonna be that. You know what? We're gonna go straight to her son's death. Tim being crushed by the pane of glass, staying with the second movie. She gets the premonition of pigeons, and there's a point in here in the timeline where you don't say anything about the pigeons, and this kid lives. Oh yeah!
Oh.
It's so good.
I also forgot how bloody, like, or how,
Oh
like,
my god, yeah, he fucking. Oh yeah, that's so.
the first one didn't have that much gore. The second one had gore, but the third one, man, it's all
She also kind of
gore.
sold that too. We were saying something about how people are just dying. They aren't being killed. They're kind of just dying. It seems like they're all accidents. So something that you don't remember maybe because this is from the 5th movie and this is from the end of the 5th movie. This Tom Cruise lookalike is fighting protagonists or whatever you want to call them here.
God, he really does look like Tom Cruise, doesn't he?
Yeah, from what I remember is the main character, he's like a chef or something. So that's why they're in a big old industrial kitchen. End of this is a fight between two people who don't want to die, or technically three people.
The whole premise: if I kill you, it can't kill me. It skips me. Yada yada
Exactly.
yada.
So
Ooh.
one guy is stabbing this dude with a meat spit. I picked this one in particular because the 5th movie sucks and I needed a death. I like how the whole thing comes through because not only is this extending out, but you got the rest of it. It's all there.
Well, this is
so
the one
good.
that was made for 3D, was it not? The
No, I don't
4th
think
one
so.
was.
The 4th one was the 3D one. This could have totally been a 3D one. Do you by any chance remember the ending that I was talking about?
Nope.
The ending of this movie, so these two, this is like, oh my god, we finally did it, we made it, we're safe and all that, blah, blah, blah. So the ending is them like taking a vacation and they're all relaxed. They're on the plane and he's putting luggage.
On the plane.
He's putting luggage in the overhead and he looks over some seats and he sees them fighting and getting escorted off the plane and he's on flight 180.
Yeah.
And then
see,
the plane blows up.
that would have been a perfect spot to stop the franchise because you came full fucking circle.
I put the Peter meat spit thing in here just because of the fact I needed a death. The other ones in the 5th movie is so bad to me. Anyway, I think Tim being crushed by the pane of glass is obviously great.
Yeah. And mainly just because, like, you know what's going to happen, but so quick, simple, the reactions are great, very quick and sudden. They did a good job of, I guess, portraying it. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
Moving on, we have Isaac's head being crushed by the Buddha statue.
Yeah,
He seems safe,
acupuncture,
right? He seems
fire,
safe. Does he seem safe?
Buddha.
He's not safe. This is from the 5th movie. You know what? Maybe the 5th movie was also some sort of 3D fucking trope behind it as well.
I think it was.
that
I
seemed
can't.
like
I
it
honestly
would've
cannot
been.
remember.
The blood on the fucking camera there seemed like it was. Moving on to the next one, and this is
Oh,
Miss
yeah.
Luton getting stabbed in the first movie. Like I said, stabbed, but also her house explodes.
There's a lot going on in this clip.
Like with the guy that was in the acupuncture, he had a lot going on with himself, but she ends up getting a shard of glass put through her throat by an
Yeah.
exploding old computer monitor.
And doesn't she slip on her own blood? Yeah.
Little bit right there, slipping. More
Now
John Denver.
Yep, the record player. And then here comes.
Dick bag putting his fucking fingerprints on everything. The trail of fire from her vodka.
That spilled from her.
I don't think that alcohol is that fucking flammable.
Yeah. The stove catches on
The
fire.
whole bottle of booze exploded. I don't think that would ever happen like that.
Oh, yeah. And then she tries to pull that off, and then she gets stabbed.
That's how the knife falls on her. That's right.
Hold on, I'll pull this knife out so you die quicker.
Let me touch. No, see, the chair falls on her.
Oh, yeah.
Puts the knife in her, and now she's actually dead. Yeah, you look like you just killed her.
And then he has that exact same thought.
Dumbass. And he runs out of the house. Stifler's outside on his bike, and the house explodes. Buddha statue was kind of gross.
Yeah.
And like I said, like these were actually two good ones to put up against each other because it's like phase 1, 2, and 3. Phase 1 is the needles. Phase 2 is the fire. Phase 3 is the Buddha statue for Isaac, and then for Newton, it's phase 1 would be her neck. 2 is fire. 3 is knife.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. 4 would be her house exploded. She's got a lot.
She was
going
already
on.
dead at that point, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you got a point.
I don't know. This one's kind of a toss-up
It
for
really
me.
is. It's pretty good that I put these ones up against each other. Ugh. Just for the nostalgia, I kind of want to pick the first one, like the Miss Newton from the first movie. But at the same time, the Isaac one wasn't terrible. But I'm going to let the nostalgia win. Since I hate the 5th movie so much, Miss Newton wins.
I have to agree with that. I don't even kind of agree with that. I agree with that.
So now just going down because we have our quarterfinals figured out. We have Todd, Miss Newton, Tim, and Nora, which is 2 from the first movie and 2 from the second movie.
Moving right along.
But more than likely, yeah, Tim and Nora will not face off against each other, unfortunately, because you'll see why. So the next one we have Samantha getting her eye impaled by the stone that's flying out of the lawnmower in the 4th movie. She says, "I got my eye on you."
Pun intended.
Have
Whack.
this rock. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love that one so much, actually. Her kids see it. It's even better. This guy's just smoking a doob, driving his lawnmower. Like, it's so good. And I put it up. Oh, shit, eyes. I put eyes up against eyes.
You didn't do that on purpose?
No, actually, no, I didn't. So Evan, who gets his eye and his head impaled by the fire escape ladder, this dude's fucking
More fire.
this dude's whole thing was he just won the lottery and he has all this fucking money in his shitty ass apartment buying his brand new iMac computer and all that crap. Another house fire. Tries to put it out.
Oh,
Couldn't.
and now we got to shimmy down the ladder without our shirt on.
Falls
Oh,
onto some
glass.
broken glass. And the ladder barely stops. And then seems like it's violently shoved down.
Yeah.
Like, it's like somebody said, we're not going to kill you yet. Now we're going to kill you.
I say Samantha.
I do too. I don't know what it is, but like I think it's the trajectory of that rock. Plus, like
And
when
it's
she
just-
when she gets fucking hit and the glass shatters behind her, you know it completely went through her fucking head.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it's so simple, but it's so over the
And
top.
nobody
It's
got to saw Evan die. There's people in this store, including her children, who got to see her die.
good. You know, it's
Wham! Oh, fucking.
they're both kind of ridiculous deaths, but yeah, no,
Hers
hers
is
is
so
just
quick.
yeah, and it's good though. Like it's quick and it's also different. Like you weren't looking for that.
Evan has a bunch of shit going on. You thought he would just burn. Well, that's the other thing too, is in his like in the premonition, Evan burned in his car. I don't know if you remember the premonition.
Vaguely.
Do you remember? So at the very end of it, they're all lying in her truck upside down, and she can see Evan, and he's like screaming because he's stuck in his car. So you would think.
Oh wait,
like,
is that from the second one?
movie. In the pile-up. So that's what I'm thinking. He was probably supposed to die in fire because he died in fire in the premonition. I don't really know like how other people died. I don't think that was really lined up, but yeah, for whatever reason, her just getting kicked by that stone, awesome.
Yeah.
So next we have Hunt. This is the guy. He's like some jock who's in charge of stuff at the pool. I think what happens is he drops his lucky coin or some bullshit here. Yeah. He always has that coin on him. I remember that part. So he gets trapped somehow on the pool pump. This is hardcore.
This one is wild because that's
Legit.
That's actually happened to people before.
They've gotten stuck on a pole this size in the pump like that?
Yeah, and have had their intestines like
Oh, wow.
pulled out of them.
Oh, so they probably this is where they got the idea. This actually
Absolutely.
happened.
Like
I love this too because that pump too at the top, yeah, you just see his shit, like his rib cage is crushing, fucking blood everywhere. Couple of insides.
His
have
lucky
a
coin.
You can have your coin
probably
back.
his liver.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, I remember this.
So this is Roy from the fifth one. Roy is in an argument with one of the characters I am assuming is his coworker. I don't really remember what the fuck. Oh, he cut his hours, then he's cutting his pay. He's fucking him over.
And they're moving a crane overhead, and then it comes down.
They're in a tussle on a catwalk. It kicks the catwalk out from underneath Roy, and then Roy is impaled from the bottom of his chin up into his head. Oh, and it pokes through.
Yeah.
Oh, the poke through.
I say Hunt.
Ooh,
I say the pool one.
the pull one. Yeah, like
Because that one is just also super unsettling.
Yeah,
It's just that one has.
it makes you afraid of swimming a little bit.
Yeah, that one. I'm never like around a crane like that. That's that pointy. Like that one. The pool one is definitely gives you that like factor, heebie-jeebies, if you will.
Okay, next one we're gonna go with Andy thrown into a metal fence and then is diced up. This is from the fourth movie. This guy, mechanic type dude, they're in a garage, and the main characters come up and they're trying to have some conversation with them here. And I know there's an explosion. Truck is on the move down from the ramp.
Yeah.
Truck is moving fast. almost crushes Andy into the fence. Oh, he gets shot by a fucking. Oh,
That one's just so bad.
oh. Yeah, well, it's also the 3D part.
Yeah,
of it.
that one's
You can
just
see the
so
3D
bad.
You can see the 3D part of it. The fucking canister kicking off, I don't really remember that at all. But him getting pushed into the fence, like, that's actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Andy was destined to lose because he's going up against Ashley and Ashlyn in the tanning bed scene. So we're just going to go ahead and skip to the very end of this.
I can
Because we
honestly,
did just see this movie yesterday.
and I can honestly say,
We have our winner.
even though I am a pale, pasty woman, and I've never gone tanning, but I can honestly say
Is this
that
why?
this movie is part of the reason why I've never gone tanning, because I saw this movie at such a young age, because my parents didn't care what me and my sister watched, within reason, and scary movies and stuff like that. My mom would be like, you're going to bed in your own room, but I watched this, and this movie, like, the other ones didn't bother, like, the other deaths in the movies didn't bother me, but that one messed me up.
Oh, God. Of course they're going to win, though.
Oh, yeah, without
Probably
a
the
doubt.
whole thing. It's so good. Plus, the end of it there, they're two burning tanning beds next to each other, and then it literally cuts to their two caskets, their two bedazzled caskets next to each other.
Yeah.
So good. All right, one last matchup out of the first round. We have Aaron getting shot by the nail gun from the third movie.
Ooh, yeah. And
You
you,
would think
it's
that
coming
you're
for...
thinking for what's his name, McKinley or whatever?
Yeah.
You think that this guy's about to die. Nobody sees her coming down.
Yeah, this one is also
It's just
intense.
burying them in there so that she's helpless. And she
This one's intense because...
I want to count how many times she gets shot. Like a baker's dozen.
Yeah. This one is so intense because at the end of it, she groans, and it's like she didn't die immediately. Like, she felt every single one of those go into her head and come out her face.
This dude's so good, by the way. I don't know who this actor is, but he's so good. He is so petrified of
honestly,
the main character here. He just looks at her he's like, you fucking devil woman.
The whole cast of this movie was phenomenal. Like, the acting was great. Like, number 3 really is the best Final Destination, in my opinion.
And Stifler from the first one. His name's Sean Scott, by the way. Billy is the character. This is when Carter traps himself in the car, the seatbelt rips, the train comes by, dismembers the car, and then Billy does this really weird thing where he's screaming that he doesn't want to die, he wants to get away from everybody. He's freaked out, piece of metal comes flying up. It's like it hits him in the mouth. It comes up so fast, wham! Whoop, it's like, it's not his head, look at that.
Yeah.
It's literally his nose. And from his nose up is what's left. Fucking killer. That has pretty much the same impact as the chick getting hit by the rock.
Yeah.
It's so quick. Just bang. It's a good one. Plus, like, you're also expecting one person to die. Here's another person.
Oh yeah, that you did a good job matching these up. If you did that intentionally or not.
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay.
No, I don't do this intentionally at all. So once again, we're at a stalemate here because I don't know. Like,
I want to go with Aaron. That's also personally one of my favorite deaths in the entirety of the franchise.
I like the kickback that for what, like, she just like gets thrown back into the gun and is going off. Why does the gun go off for no reason? How does the nail gun
some
work?
nail guns are
Or just pressurized, like down and then
Yeah,
it hits
I'm pretty
down?
sure.
Okay, that makes sense.
You got the ones with the trigger and like I think
Yeah.
like roofing nail guns. You just kind of like bap 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 bap. Oh, you see how it pushed back?
Oh yeah,
in?
she pushed right into it, and that's what cocked it up in the back. Like,
Yeah.
The
that's
back move, as soon as her fucking head got thrown into that gun, the gun went
Yeah.
off.
that might be like my personal like favorite death because it besides the tanning bed thing, that one wigs me out the most. Like because it's not quick and it's just intense. But Billy being decapitated, that one you think they got away.
Mm. He gets sliced by a thing. He's dead. She does get shot 13 times by nails through her head and hand, like, because it's
Yeah, it gets
going through,
attached
like-
to her face.
yeah, like her fucking hands being nailed to her face 13 times, I think I counted.
And then I think what does it for me there, though, is like I said, at the end, she like squeaks. Like she was
Yeah.
still.
Struggling.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go ahead with Aaron.
Okay.
Sorry, Steph.
Because
you lose.
there's definitely that was a hard toss up between the two of those, truthfully.
All right, now we're moving on here into the quarterfinals. I don't know. We might not end up going back and watching a couple of these clips here. First quarterfinal matchup, we have Todd being hanged versus Samantha's eye being impaled by the stone. Now, going back to why we picked these in the first place, like the surprise of her just getting kicked by that stone, going through her head, hitting the glass behind her. It's just super cool. I would honestly, in this matchup, I would probably lean more towards Todd because of the facts that you were pointing out in the first round.
Just
there.
the theatrics of it.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
mean, in
just-
this instance too, like they're both very theatrical, but Todd being hanged, like again, that just
there's more of a struggle, in all
Yeah.
honesty. His is more honorable, where she's just getting kicked by a rock real quick.
yeah. Maybe that's the issue. Hers is just too quick. Like,
It's quick and awesome,
but it's
compared to his, it ain't shit.
Yeah.
It honestly isn't shit. So, like, for
Maybe-
a quarterfinal matchup, I'm surprised. Like, who'd she go up against in the first round? Evan being impaled by the ladder.
you,
Same thing, though.
Yeah.
Same thing. Like, I mean, in all honesty, there was more build-up with Aaron, or Evan.
but hers was just cooler in that instance. Now compared to Todd, like it's just now hers is too quick.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Maybe I have to talk to somebody. Maybe I like to see people suffer. Maybe that's what this is.
I think are we moving Todd to the semifinals?
Fuck yeah, we are.
All right, Todd goes to the semifinals. Todd is going to face either Miss Luton, the teacher from the first movie, versus the guy who gets his
Hunt.
organ ripped out from the pole.
The pool.
The pole anus. I have it as Hunt pole anus. So
I mean, again, you have theatrics, and then you
got your
have
build up.
but then you have like just general cringe because of how long it takes and what is actually happening.
You know what the difference is? This is what I'm going to point out. This is what's going to sell it here for me. This is why I would pick Hunt over Miss Luton. I'm going to show you exactly.
Is
why.
it his diaphragm sucking in?
That? Yep.
Yeah.
Just his
The
diaphragm,
general-
his crushing of his ribs, and then
The general
oh god, yeah.
the general cringe factor
has to
there.
yeah.
Because you know what's happening, but then that pops off and it's
his
that
coin, his lucky coin. It's so good.
that one definitely makes you go "Ugh," a little bit more than Miss Luton's did.
I get you on that one. So we got Tim being crushed by the pane of glass or the tanning bed blaze.
You want to pick this one?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick the tanning bed blaze.
'Cause again,
Like,
again though,
it has
you
to
have,
be. I'm sorry, it just has to be this one.
Tim's is quick and clean. and it's
Tim's
still
could also
gory.
been avoided. These assholes run up to him, and he was perfectly fine. Them showing up and telling him something about birds is what caused his death in the first place.
Yeah.
Listen, that could have been completely avoided. These bitches were inevitably going to die at some point because they were just
Stupid.
basic bitches. In our last quarterfinal matchup, we have Aaron being shot by the nail gun versus Nora being decapitated by the elevator. Which, wow, these are fucking way
Again,
too good to be put up against each other.
With the
right now.
theatrics of it and how well done both scenes are too. Neither one of these are necessarily quick deaths. There is build up, and they're both hard to watch. They both make you cringe and like maybe that's the ones. I don't know. Both of these aren't
Both of
unrealistic.
these also involve a lot of the characters from the movie.
yeah.
There are 4 characters in the Aaron death scene. There's Aaron, there's McKinley, there's Wendy, and
Mhm.
the other
I
guy.
can't think of his name.
Kevin? Something. White guy. And
we
then,
just watched this.
And then Nora, you got Eugene, you got the crazy guy with the hooks, and then
There's like two.
Claire and the other chick comes through. She was outside smoking.
Yeah.
So they're all dealing with it. So there's a crowd of people around both of these deaths. put yourself in one of those situations. I think I'd rather see somebody get shot by a nail gun than
Be decapitated.
trying to help a woman not be decapitated by an elevator.
Well, okay, I guess that's a fair point then, because there was nothing you could. I mean, you can't do anything about either of them, but like watching somebody dangling from an elevator like that. Could you imagine? Like, yeah.
I couldn't
that
imagine either one of these. No, I could like I'm putting myself like if I'm in Eugene's spot, I'm gonna shit my pants. If I'm in the elevator while she's getting her head ripped off by it, I'm hating life. But I also would. I don't know, like, would I be less fucked up if I'm the one catching her headless corpse as it falls out of the elevator?
No, that's a fair point. Nora wins.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Aaron's is gross and disturbing, but that one could be chalked up to more of like, I mean, they're like, I don't know, more of an accident. I don't know, but in that perspective, Nora's is more fucked up and more. It's just more gruesome.
All right, before the semifinals, we're doing a shot. Okay, semifinal time.
And we're back.
I would like to point out we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 5th movie is not being represented in the semifinals.
Oh, no, it's not.
We have a first movie, a second movie, a third movie, and a fourth movie. How did we do that?
Not intentionally. Oh, okay.
We have in the semifinals the tanning bed Blaze versus the decapitated by elevator. Nora getting her head ripped off and being in that position. It seems rough. Imagine being the guy that owns that tanning salon and having to go and clean all that up.
Well, he wouldn't.
Imagine
but
the smell. Oh.
That, yeah, no, that's.
What?
It's okay. Do you.
Cocoa butter.
But also, okay, you're saying, well, about put yourself in that situation. Sure, you might see somebody be decapitated, but the smell, that's something
Roasted.
that would stick with you forever.
Human flesh.
Yes.
Cocoa butter and human flesh. I mean, like, I wasn't necessarily, I just trying to, fill some time here because I just had a feeling that the tanning bed Blaze was going to go ahead and win. So just slide Ashley and Ashlyn into the finals because,
Immediately.
It just had to happen. It really had to happen.
And also, that is, I truly feel like that is the most fucked up death in the entirety of the series. It's unsettling. It's icky. I don't want to watch it.
But
the burning, the blistering, the special effects on that were amazing. Like watching them burn and it making it like it looking as good as it did and how horribly good it looked.
Yeah, they looked crispy.
And also for this, like the kind of the comedic aspect of the tanning beds next to each other. And then scene cut to the blinged out coffins.
I mean, I do want to give the nod to Nora for making it to the semifinals in this ridiculous tournament. Maybe I put her in a really awesome spot just to make it through. But
her death was...
it's honestly, it's a really fucking awesome death. The more I think about it, it has to be one of my favorites if it's making it this fucking far.
And her death was well orchestrated on top of the reaction going on around her and everything leading up to the death and the reaction of those after.
All right, last match here in the semifinal. We have Todd being hanged in the bathtub, and we have Hunt pull anus. Jesus.
Do we go for nostalgia or do we go for like genuine discomfort feeling?
I had to be discomfort. There must have been some sort of discomfort watching the first movie.
Yeah.
For the first time and seeing that happen. One of my favorite parts, I pointed it out, is when the cord tightens. It tightens like 2 or 3 different times in that scene.
Yeah.
And I think that that's actually really cool. The one thing that I kind of hated about it was the whole water thing. But I also to me, the pull one is kind of obnoxious compared to his. But his is also very obnoxious. Todd and Hunt have very obnoxious deaths for semifinalists.
Would you rather be strangled to death or have your asshole sucked out?
I think I'd rather be strangled to death. because I have like a really rational fear of drowning. I can swim, but I feel like I'd rather suffocate than drown. It just sounds like hell to me. Like, I'd rather the earth burn than a global flood to be like the apocalypse. If I had to be alive, I'd rather that'd be it. No global flood bullshit.
I'd rather freeze to death. But that's not an option. So, I am a fan of the blood and the guts. I am a fan of gore. I am a fan of horror movies in general that are bloody and gory. So, I definitely
tend... Todd's is just kind of like a laid-back sewer slide.
But, yeah, and I was going to say that, but Todd's is unsettling, though, too, because it is made to look like he did that to himself. And you get that overwhelming unease of, like, oh, shit, like, no one's going to believe him or the other character that, like, this is death coming for them because they escaped.
And, like, the play of it, like, Todd's brother died on the plane. And, like, his dad was going through his own bullshit.
Yeah.
His dad's, like, passed out in the living room, drunk in the scene there.
Yeah, isn't, like, all the deaths from the first one are mainly, like, look like more accidents and, like, the disbelief that, like, something's coming after them, unlike the other ones where it's like, oh, shit, something might be coming for us.
Todd got hanged. Terry, I think her name was Terry. She got hit by a bus. Miss Luton got stabbed and then her house exploded.
Yeah, like freak accident.
Billy got decapitated. The other dude got hit by the sign at the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then Alex nonchalantly, like off screen, got hit in the head by a falling brick. And that's what it was. And then Claire died in the second movie with Eugene at the same time.
Oh yeah, because she came out of the mental hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I'm leaning more towards Todd now. Like, I was going back and forth of, like, cringe factor and general unease from Hunt and Todd, but...
It's also fucked up for him. I definitely really want to give it to Todd because of the fact that I want Todd to know that the feeling would be like, I didn't do this to myself. This wasn't me. I didn't do this. This was an accident. I don't want people to think that I did this to myself.
True.
But that's how it's being looked at.
Going to be perceived.
So.
No, I do agree with that. I would give it to Todd.
As much as I fucking
again with the cringe factor.
like we'll give the nod to Hunt for making it to the semifinal here with the Oregon's being violently sucked out of his asshole.
But hoovered.
Hoovered his schneef, if you will. Christ. Congratulations, but sir, you lost. Final that I honestly did not see coming down to...
No.
We've been talking up Todd now for like the past 5-10 minutes. For the final, we have Todd going up against the Tanning Bed Blaze.
Do you want my input immediately?
As much as we were just talking up Todd and how much we have the respect for it, the Tanning Bed Blaze is the best death.
I agree.
In Final Destination, it has to be. I bet if you were to call somebody right now and ask them, what's your favorite death in Final Destination?
For a movie, it is very well done with the special effects, the burning, like the setup for it.
They're playing roller coaster. It's fucking ridiculous.
And
the whole roller coaster part of that aspect of it, him struggling, like I said, like the one part I love the most for whatever reason. I'll keep pointing back to it. The tight of the cord on his neck and that's when his eyes get all fucking bloodshot immediately too. He's just reaching for shit. His dad passed out drunk.
But then even Wendy's
trying to call her and get her fucking attention.
And saying, I'm sorry, I'm too late. But them slowly burning to death.
Versus him slowly suffocating to death.
They're both good, but the Tanning Bed Blaze is just that much more unsettling. And the fact they didn't die right away.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, it's
and they
so
show
good.
it.
It's
they show
so good. And coming into this, I am ashamed for thinking that we could possibly have a completely different winner than we do. But the winner of this tournament is going to be none other than Ashley and Ashlyn in the Tanning Bed Blaze from the third movie. Congratulations for dying. So awesome. And like I said, try to think back, like maybe some honorable mentions. Like I said from the second movie, Rory, I believe his name was, the dude that got cut up by the wire fence.
Oh yeah,
the chick's airbag that goes off and she just gets impaled real quick by the pipe.
Plastic pipe that was broken, even though she survived the initial impact.
From the first movie, like I said, you got the chick got hit by a bus.
Yeah. Miss
Luton. What did I leave out really? From the first movie.
Did Nick die?
Who's Nick?
The one, or no, how Stifler or Billy.
Oh no, the guy that was driving the car.
Yeah. Carter.
No, he died at the end of the movie. He got hit by the sign.
Oh, that's right.
Which was, it literally just came down and then it cut to credits. So
yeah,
it's not like he really died. You really didn't get to see him die, so you didn't really count that. And then, like I said, I skipped the chick getting hit by the bus because it was super. It's just dumb. In all honesty, it's probably the dumbest one out of the whole movie. And then the second one, I'm thinking you got the dude with the ladder. I think he was the first one. And then Tim might have been the second one. Nora, the junkie guy, Eugene, and Claire die in that weird oxygen explosion in the hospital. Which that one was kind of fucked up because the baby was born. And then, there was, new life, and that wasn't part of Death's plan, and then they beat it. Cycle. And then she has this fucking premonition right after the lady gives birth, oh, she wasn't supposed to be a part of that car wreck. And then they're like, oh, fuck. And then Claire finds Eugene, opens the door, and then, sparks some shit where they both just fucking instantaneously blaze up. And that sucks that, Claire made it into the second movie and then died immediately. That would have been at least kind of cool to have more people because it seems like nobody ever survives anymore. No, they're all dead. Everybody's dead
anymore. They never survived to begin with.
At this end, well, no, actually, technically, at the end of the second movie, those two people never died. Not that I know of.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Well,
the dude exploded at the barbecue. That was actually funny. The arm lands down in front of the mother.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. But those two main characters, the cop and the chick from the second movie, I don't know how they died. Because everybody at the end of the third movie died on the train, the subway.
Yeah, but the second one, but maybe because she gave birth and it reset the cycle because that life was not a part of Death's plan. So
he was I have to hurry up and impregnate you. So we both live.
It saved her and him and the baby.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, this was super fun.
Hell yeah.
Maybe we'll do another tournament bracket style of something else.
Except we rank every Saw trap, and we're here for 6 years.
I can do Saw traps.
Every Saw trap? Because you ain't just picking
fuck, there's
16.
Not 16 of those. Oh, you know what? That would be fun. Well, I'll add another fucking round to it. The only thing that sticks out to me from Saw, out of every one of those movies, which I've only seen maybe the first 4 or 5 of them, I fucking gave up.
Is it the needle pit?
It's the needle pit. It has to be the needle pit. When he pushes that bitch in there, I'm like, this dude's a piece of shit. But when she lands it and she's got all those needles in her, it's so I don't fucking like needles.
No, that's definitely. That's one of my top, but we're gonna save that conversation
for that
tournament because that's gonna be
I'll put it together. It'll be fun.
It's gonna be a multi-round, multi-day tournament because of how many.
Well, anyway, thanks for stopping by Going with Rogue and listening to this episode of Rogue Report. By the way, Rogue Report, like I said, this shit comes out whenever I feel like doing something. I probably have Rogue Reports recordings saved in my computer. I just don't remember to edit them and post them.
So doing that.
Well, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you for stopping by today in our house that we both live in together, and we started a life
a while ago. Be here I'll be here all week.
I love Beeb.
I love you too.
All right, thank you guys for so much, and please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
roller coaster of life.